To be blunt, like how would one combine lifting and running in a way that allows one to get stronger and develop endurance, perhaps simultaneously?
If we're talking about right now, people who are just active, people who are not athletes, there are several things they need to keep in mind. One is the timing, relative timing of strength work and endurance work. If the strength exercises that you're doing are primarily neural adaptations, is what you're targeting, which means lower repetitions, heavier stuff, then it's important to be fresh when you're doing the exercise. It's not really, doesn't matter as much what happens afterwards. So which means that you could do some heavy deadlifts, and then a few hours later you can go for a hike. On the other hand, if your lifting is more hypertrophy oriented, it's less important if you come in tired. It's okay even if you just hiked in the morning and then you went, did your curls. But afterwards, for 36, 48 hours, it's ideally to restrict endurance exercise. So because you're really going to have a massive conflict right there, and it's not a good idea to do that. If you're doing our preferred work of, let's say, sets of 5 reps, again, they address both endurance and strength. Well, I guess you better keep a window on both ends right there. There's always a conflict. Thomas Sowell said there are no solutions. They're only compromises. So you just have to decide which way you want to compromise. But that separation in time really does help. The other thing is spending different times when you focus on one thing versus the other. So the next 2 months you're going to spend on hitting your strength hard, and you're just going to do 2 hikes a week just for your health, just to maintain. And then summer rolls around, and you put your lifting on the back burner. You lift less, not necessarily lighter, just less, and you spend a lot more time outdoors and do these different things.